Hi everyone, if you're new around here, my name is Paula, and today is day 3 of my trading journey. So today's Monday, May 13th. We're still trading mini ES. The first offer I opened, we had this huge red candle, which obviously doesn't sway my bias. I'm still in the short for at least the beginning. So I decided to draw my fib line right here and marked the most recent low and the most recent high. So around here is when I decided to enter my first trade right after MACD just switched from green to red, and the CCI went from above the line to below the line. And again, we're still below the SMA line and the cloud. So all of my indicators were checked. So I decided to enter here at 78.6. And then I also marked my stop loss here at above 61.8. So I held that for a while. So around this time, I was starting to get a little nervous because the first parabolic SAR dot showed up. And I figured that the bias was now going to change in the uptrend. I'm still learning all the terms. So I decided once it hit my 100% mark of my fib line, I got out. So that was around 8:30. I closed my position, and the good news is I still earned a profit of $20 from that trade. Bad news is literally the next minute, the dot switched to the top. So what that tells me is that the trend is still downward, and it gave me this huge red candle, and I just watched that whole thing get bigger and bigger, which would have been an additional $10 profit, which is not bad. It's not bad. I was like, okay, I'm happy because I still have $20 in my pocket that I didn't have when I woke up this morning. I'm good. I'm good. But, I got kind of bummed about this potential earnings that I didn't hold on to for literally a minute longer. So I made the bold decision to enter another trade around 8:57. So about 8:57, I'm going to move this a little bit more to the left. So around 8:57 right here. For some reason, when I saw these two candles, I decided, you know what? It's going to switch. Honestly, at this point, I don't really know why I did it. It was purely an emotional response because I figured I would just ride it out until the next wave of the MACDs. Like I knew this was going to go green and then eventually it has to turn red at some point. So obviously I wasn't seeing this yet, but because this was in the beginning of the green, I decided to short it for some reason. Again, I had no reason to enter this trade, especially shorting it, because all of my indicators weren't exactly checked off. So I held on to it, trying to see if maybe I can outsmart the market and see what's gonna happen. So when it hit my 100%, this is when I entered. Definitely paid the price because by about 9:13 or so around this time, I saw that it was about to clear my stop loss, which is at 78.6. I didn't indicate it anywhere, but I decided that my stop loss was going to be at 78.6 just so I can manage my own risk. Since I had $20 profit earlier, I decided I'm just going to be okay with break even today. So around 9:13, when it was approaching my stop loss at 78.6, I got out. I got out of the trade. I didn't make money off of that trade. I didn't lose money either. It was scary for a little bit because obviously I was seeing it dip lower. I was seeing it dip $5, $7, $15, $20. For the split second that it was negative $20, I decided to get out. So basically that brought me break even for the day. And I was like, okay, that was a stupid move. Never going to do that again. If I haven't told you guys yet, my husband is also trading and he is the one that's actually teaching me. And so around this time, he was seeing some sort of a pattern to indicate that it was going to go bearish again. But because of my recent trauma just a few minutes ago, I decided not to go in. I was like, you do it. I'm not going to go in anymore. I think I'm out for the day. I think I've tested my luck too much. Basically, at some point, he saw that this was going to be a bearish trend. And he told me, why don't you short it again? I think it's going to go down. I didn't ask him what his reasoning was at the time. I was just like, you know what? I'm break even for the day. I'm happy with where I am. I just watched what the market was doing. And lo and behold, just a few minutes in, he was right. The trend was correct. It was going down. And not only did he hit 127 price target, he also hit 161 price target. So he made quite a good profit. So for anyone who was in that trade as well, good job to you all. Good job. I was excited for him, but low key, I was pretty upset that I didn't do what he said. But you know what? I wanted to understand the reasoning behind it. And since I didn't have the reasoning behind it, I didn't want to just go in blindly. I wanted to understand the strategy. So overall, I had a break even day. Not bad. I'm trying not to be as butthurt about it because I definitely would have been up at least the $20 that I made the first part of the day if I hadn't made that rash decision just a few minutes later. This was a good lesson for me that it is easy to get carried away and instead try to see how I can outsmart the market without really a strategy behind it. I knew I had my strategy, but for some reason at that moment, I wanted to be gutsy. I don't know. My next lesson from him, as he's teaching me other strategies, since he can see that I am following my indicators when I'm paying attention to them, he said our next lesson is going to be about recognizing candle patterns. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. And hopefully I'll be able to use some of that tomorrow in tomorrow's market. So just a very straight to the point update. Hopefully you guys are still enjoying these. I am still going to continue. I think it's a good exercise for me and also to just recognize these habits now so that I don't get into bad discipline later down the road. And thank you again for watching. I will see you all tomorrow in the next trade. Bye.